Before we jump into the teaching series, let me share with you why I believe God has drawn you here for such a time as this. It's essential that you hear God saying, it's time for Christians everywhere to begin to rise up and be all that I intended you to be. God doesn't want some watered-down version of what He created you and I to be. He doesn't want you lied to and weak and powerless in your circumstances and frustrated in your relationships. God wants you to display a beautiful soul, one with authority in your voice and wisdom on your lips. Your inner person will rise up in love and power and overcome all the circumstances of life, all of them, in ways that glorify our Father in heaven. In the next video clip, I'm going to introduce Rise Up Ministries and tell a little bit about my story. I hope you'll hear that this ministry is dedicated to work alongside your local Christian fellowship to help teach and otherwise to equip you to utilize the gifts that God's given you, to equip you to personally hear from God, and to equip you to be all that He intends you to be. On this channel, we teach the spiral up life and that extra human potential only God can give. What is this extra human potential? Well, it's the calm in the hands and the body of the golfer's final approach shot on the 18th hole to win that major championship. It's the sound in the ears of the maestro who stands out above the orchestra and he hears the highs and the lows in perfect pitch. It's the voice that stands in the boat and calms the storm. But it's also the entrepreneur that sees how to connect the dirt roads and the time-consuming journeys of life with the automobiles in every garage like Henry Ford did. It's the one who finds water in the desert when everybody else is dying of thirst. We often think about this extra potential in terms of athletic endeavors, but many times it's a refusal to live in a world of average or mediocrity. It doesn't have to be in athletic endeavors. In such a world, special can stand out, but the wrong kind of special, well, that's nobody's friend and nobody's hero. But beautiful, tremendous, marvelous, wonderful, these are terms that incorporate the possibility of much and many rising to exemplary standards. This is about Christ in you, the hope of glory. It's the love in the midst of hate. It's light in the midst of darkness. It's life in the middle of death. It's peace in the midst of the storm. It's joy in the midst of much sorrow. It's tenderness in the midst of a rough world. And it's the extra human potential of the God-kind class of creature. Individually, Christians will stand out, but collectively, wow. Well, God calls us a city of lights, a heavenly building, or the dawn. Extra human potential is the divine intent of our Creator God for every human creature created in His image and likeness, every person, and for all mankind collectively.